So in today's session, we are going to discuss about the schema builder. Then we'll see what exactly the schema builder and what is the use, and then how can we build the schema by using this schema builder, and how can we create our own custom objects through schema builder, and how to create our own custom fields through schema builder. And whenever I'm creating the object through schema builder, what are the side effects or the drawbacks are there with the schema builder, we'll see practically today. Now, so first we'll see what exactly the schema builder first here. Basically, schema builder is a tool. Schema builder is a tool which has been given by Salesforce, which is having drag and drop facilities. So it is a drag and drop facilities tool which is used to represent the schema of your organization, and then along with that we can build the schema also. Now, for example, assume that I had joined as a Salesforce developer. Today is my first day in the team. So already they have built a Salesforce application where they have created so many objects, so many fields, everything. But I want to know what objects they have created and what fields are there in each and every object, how the objects are related with each other, what kind of association they have mapped between those objects. I want to see the structure of that project, and I want to see the structure of those objects in the pictorial format. So at that time, if you want to represent the object's structure in the pictorial format, then we can go with that schema builder. By using the schema builder, we can represent the object's structure in the pictorial format. Now, by using schema builder, we can represent the object's structure in pictorial format. In the pictorial format, so that we can understand the database architecture of the project, so that we can understand what exactly the objects are available, what columns are there, how they have mapped the association, and then what type of association they have mapped, and then which one is the parent object, which one is the child object. Everything we can see practically and with the help of this schema builder itself. So now here in this case, when coming to the schema builder is used to represent the object's structure in the pictorial format, like as entity relationship diagram, like entity relationship diagrams. So now here in this case here, by using the schema builder, not only representing the existing object's structure, we can able to create our own objects also through schema builder. So by using the schema builder, we can able to create our own custom objects also, depends upon our requirement. So based on the requirement, we can create our own custom objects also with the help of this schema builder. That possibility is also available. And along with that, not only creating the objects, we can able to create our own columns also inside that object here. What columns that you want, we can able to add the columns also, and then we can able to map the association between those objects also. That possibility is available with the help of this schema builder. So that with the help of the schema builder, not only representing the existing object structure and not only representing the existing columns information and the association, we can able to create our own objects, we can map our own association, we can add our own columns also with the help of this schema builder. That possibility is available to you over here. Now, then how can we do all these things? Now let's say practically today over here. Now, so now first of all, let me show you the navigation where exactly the schema builder is available. So now the schema builder feature is available inside that setup menu. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Inside that you will be having an option called as schema builder. Now, so now let's see how can we use this schema builder in order to represent the existing object structure. Now, let's go to the Salesforce instance. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Click on schema builder. There is an option called as schema builder option, which is used to launch the tool. Click on this schema builder link so that it will be opening the tool for you so that we can able to use that tool in order to represent the object's structure on the canvas. So now in this case, when you go to the schema builder, now by default it is providing the two panels to you. There is a left panel. Okay, here the left panel over here, and then this is the right panel. Okay, here the right panel. Now, so in the left panel, it is going to be representing all the object names, whatever the objects are available inside my organization. All the object names will be getting populated along with the checkbox over here. And then whatever the object that you have selected by using this checkbox, that object's structure will be getting visible to you on the canvas over here, so that we can represent that object as well. So now in this case, this is a canvas. Nothing but this is like as a chart where it will represent the object structure pictorially to you. So now here in this case here, suppose for example, I want to see the account object information and the contact object information both. So now already contact object is there. So if you want to see the account object information, just you have to select that account objects checkbox here. Just to go to this object and select this checkbox over here. Whenever I'm selecting this checkbox, automatically account object also will be getting represented over here. Account object also will be getting represented. So here is the account object and this is the contact object. Both the objects you can able to see pictorially on the canvas itself. Now, so both the objects you can see pictorially on the canvas. Now this is the account object structure, and these are the various columns available inside this. And we can see that columns information also by using this scroll bar. And along with that, contact object is having its own columns available here. These are the columns of contact object. Now, so now here in this case, you can raise a question. So it is showing just the labels like as account space name, account space number, account space owner. These are nothing but the field labels. But I don't want field label, I want field name. How can we do that? For that one here, just to go to this one. Go to the view options, then expand this, you will be having an option called as display element names. That means what exactly the field names or API names, I want to see that. That means the actual column names, I want to see that. Not the labels, I want to see the column names. So just to click on this link, automatically the column names will be getting visible to you over here. So these are the actual column names available inside my account object over here. These are the column names are available. Okay, for this one, we can able to see that column names inside your contact object also. So it depends upon your requirement if you want to see the labels or if you want to see the actual column names you can able to represent. Suppose if you want to see the column labels over here, just expand this one, click on display element labels. So now element labels will be getting visible to you. We can show element labels or we can see element names also. Now, that possibility is available over here. So now by using this schema builder, we can able to represent the object structure on the canvas. And along with that here, not only representing the column names, we can able to see the association between these objects also. What type of association we have between these two objects here. Now it is indicating that. Now here it is starting like as one, it is ending like as many. Okay, it is called as a many symbol here. So that between these two objects, we are having one to many association. That means one account, multiple contacts. That means one parent, multiple childs. So that account is a parent object and the contact is a child object. So that directly we can able to understand the existing objects structure and then their associations also. Where account is a parent object and the contact is the child object over here. Directly we can understand. So in this case here, what kind of association it is? For that one, here in the right side, you will be having a legend symbol is available. There is a legend option is available. The color coding notations over here. Now, this blue color line is representing the lookup relationship. And the maroon color line is representing master detail association. And this red color bar symbol is representing required field, nothing but the mandatory field. So these are the color coding notations. Now here it is indicating this blue color line is representing between this account and contact we are having that lookup association where account is the parent and the contact is the child. So upon mapping the association, always we need to map the association from child to parent, not from parent to child. Now, in this case here, if you want to see the association directly, now in this case just to place the mouse pointer on that link. Whenever I'm placing the mouse pointer on the link, it is indicating lookup relationship from contact to count. So that child to parent, we have mapped the association over here. So that contact is the child object and the count is the parent object. Like that, we can able to represent the pictorial representation of the objects, and then we can identify the association between those objects and the fields also. So this is how we can able to see the existing objects structure by using that schema builder. Now, so in this case here, not only representing the existing object structure, we can create our own objects also through schema builder. We can create our own custom objects also through schema builder. That is possible with the help of this schema builder itself. Through schema builder, we can create our own objects, we can create our own columns, everything we can do. That possibility is available to you. Now, then how can we create our own custom objects through schema builder, and then how can we add the columns, and what kind of difficulties or what kind of drawbacks or the side effects this schema builder have, we'll see practically now. So I would like to remove these two objects from my canvas. For that one, that means I'm going to erasing these two because I want to create my own object. So I'll select this account checkbox and then contact. Or else simply we can click on that clear all. So that both the checkboxes will be getting unselected. So these two objects will gone from that canvas. Now, so in this case here, when you go to this left panel inside that schema builder, the left panel, we have two tabs are available. Objects tab, which is currently selected right now, which is representing all the objects available inside my organization. And the second tab is Elements tab. Elements tab. Elements tab is providing all the components to create our own custom objects, to create our own fields, to map the association between those objects also. Okay. Now, in this case, by using this Elements tab, we can create our own custom objects in Salesforce through Schema Builder, and then we can able to create our own columns, and we can map the association between those objects as well. That possibility is available to you with the help of this Schema Builder itself over here. Now, so not only observing the existing object structure, and we can able to create our own objects also. That possibility is available to you. Then how can we create that? So just click on this Elements tab. Okay, Elements tab. When I click on this Elements tab, it is providing so many components to you, which are drag and drop related components. which are drag and drop based components in order to design your own objects, in order to design your own columns, in order to design the association between some objects as well. So in this case here it is providing the various components to you, like as object component in order to create a new custom object, auto number component to create an auto number column inside a table, formula to create a formula field, roll up summary field, and the lookup relationship, hierarchical, master detail. Each and every data type will be getting represented in terms of a component here. Every data type will be represented in terms of a component like a checkbox, currency, date, date time. Each and every data type, whatever we have discussed previously, every data type will be representing in terms of a component. By using this component, we can able to add that respective column. Okay, we can able to add the respective column by using this component. That possibility is available to you in this case here. Now, so in this case, how can we create the object by using the schema builder? Now, let's see practically over here. Now, so before that, let me explain what object I am going to create now. Now, by using the schema builder, we can able to create our own objects also. Now, let me explain that. We can create our own data model by using schema builder. That is, we can create our own objects, comma fields, and relationships among the objects. That is, we can create our own custom objects, comma fields, and the relationships among the objects here. So now here in this case, not only observing the existing object structure, and we can create our own custom objects also. Now let's see how to create the objects by using the schema builder and what kind of difficulties are available. We'll see practically. Now, for example, I want to create an object. Now, so what object I would like to create? Now let me explain. As of now, we have created our own object called as position object. Okay, we have created our own position object here, which is having some set of columns, and in order to store the data inside this object, we have created so many columns. We did the customization, everything. Now, for example, assume that I'm a project manager. In my team, some 10 developers are available. All are Java developers. Because I'm responsible for a Java project, so I'm implementing a Java project right now. So in my team, I'm having 10 Java developers. They're working very fine. All the people are very good in technical, and they're doing very hard work, and they're delivering the deliverables on time. So the client is also very happy with our deliverables. And then my project is going on in healthy manner. Now suddenly, out of these 10 members, 2 people got resigned. Okay, in my team, 2 people got resigned because they got a very good job in a different company, and then they have offered very good package, and they have given a promotion also. Nothing but they're offering a good designation as well, and they're offering one on-site opportunity also. So because of that good opportunity, they got resigned to my company. Now, so as part of my company policy, assume that we're having 1 month of notice period. So these 2 people has to serve 1 month of notice period, and then they will be relieving from the company. So now once I get relieved, then in my team, how many members will be there? 8 members. Okay. Totally 10 members we have right now, but after 1 month here, these 2 people will be getting relieved from the company. We will be having only 8 members. No, then what we can do? Do I need to run my project with 8 members of team? No, I can't run because if I'm running a project with less members of team, then these people will be getting overloaded with the heavy requirements. So for that reason, what I want to do is, whatever the two positions are there right now, okay, the people who got resigned, those two positions I want to replace with some new resources. I want to recruit some new people over here. That means I need two Java developers. Okay, I need two Java developers who are having some minimum 5+ years of experience on Java application development, who are very good in technical in Java programming. I want two resources over here who are having the very good experience on Java programming. So now here in this case, whenever the position requirements are available, then who will take care of recruiting these positions? As a project manager, I'm giving the details about the position. Then do I need to take care of recruiting the candidates or making the calls to the candidates, scheduling the interviews? Who will take care of? Do I need to take care of that? No. It's not my job. My job is I need to handle a project. I will be the responsible for a project deliverables. I'm having my own work. I'm having my client calls. I need to interact with my development team also. I need to make my development team has to deliver the requirements on time. I'm having my own work, but I can't pick up this task as well. Then to whom do I need to assign? Recruiting the candidates will be taken care by a separate team that is called as HR team, or the recruitment team, or the talent acquisition team, whatever. So there is a separate team is available. Those people are going to be taking care of recruiting the candidates for the positions. Now, who is the team? HR team, nothing but hiring managers. So now here in this case, we need some HR people. Okay, we need some HR people who can recruit the candidates for my positions. So in this case here, what I want to do is to assign this position responsibility to my HR people. I want a table to store all the HR's information. In order to store all the HR people's information, I need an object. So for that one, I want to create an object with the name hiring manager. So I would like to create an object with the name hiring manager. Hiring manager in the sense the HR object, HR people's information. In order to store all the HR people's information, I would like to create an object with the name hiring manager. Now, so inside this hiring manager object, I need some fields. Okay, I need some fields. So what fields are required? For every HR person, I would like to have the hiring manager name. Okay. For every HR person, we would like to have a name. So what is the name of that hiring manager over here? I need the name of that hiring manager person. So now tell me, do I need to create this hiring manager name field? Name is a mandatory, name is a standard field, right? So that here, there is a standard field. So no need to create that. Every HR person is related to a location. What is the location of this HR person? To which location he is associated? Whether he is working from which HR team? Whether he is from Bangalore HR team, or Hyderabad HR team, or Mumbai HR team, or where? So for that one, I would like to store his location value, which is of type pick list. So I would like to populate some list of values. Like as some Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, Mumbai, like that. I would like to populate some values. Next. Now I need his contact number. Okay, I need his contact number. So because whenever if there is any emergency, if we need to discuss something with this HR person, then I would like to make a call to him. For that one, I need his contact number. So contact number will be of type what? Phone. So that I would like to make it as mandatory. I would like to make it as mandatory here. Next. His email address. So email address is mandatory over here because whenever I'm assigning a new position to this person, then automatically one email notification has to be sent to that person to remind to the people regarding the new position assignment. So for that one, I need an email ID here. So email ID will be of type email type, where I would like to make it as mandatory. So these are the four fields I am expecting inside my hiring manager object here. Okay. So these are the four fields I need inside my hiring manager object. Then how can we create this object and how to create these fields by using schema builder? Now let's see practically in this case. And then upon creating this object and the fields, what kind of drawbacks are there inside my schema builder? We'll see practically both. Now, so now let's see how can we use this schema builder in order to create our own objects. So that already we have discussed. With the help of this schema builder, not only creating the objects, we can create our own columns also, and if needed we can map the associations also. That is also possible through schema builder. But schema builder is having some two side effects. Two drawbacks are available. Majorly we'll see those two drawbacks also, and then how can we overcome the options. So what are the two drawbacks are available when coming to the schema builder? We see practically those things as well here. Now, so now let's see how can we create our own custom objects through this schema builder. So in order to create your own objects, go to your schema builder tool. Let me go back to the schema builder. Inside the schema builder tool, go to that elements tab. So now here you will be having that elements tab in the left panel. So click on this elements tab. Now what I want to do, I want to create the object first. Okay, I want to create the object first. So that just to go to this objects element, and then just you can drag and drop onto the canvas. Okay, drag and drop onto the canvas. Then whenever you are going to be releasing the mouse button, with drag and drop this control, it is providing one user interface to you to enter the details to create a new custom object. With which name you want to create the object and all these things we need to provide. Now, let me do that here. Just I'm drag and drop this object because I want to create the object first. Release the mouse button on this one. Automatically, it will be providing one user interface to you to provide the details of your object. You know this user interface is not the same. Now I'm entering the object label like as some hiring manager. Plural label is some hiring managers. And then description, I'm giving some description. This object is used to store all the HR people's information. This object is used to store all the HR people's information. Next. The next one you will be having the checkboxes as it is. Allow reports, allow activities, track field history, deployment status and everything. I'm selecting this. Allow reports, allow activities, track field history, deployment status. I would like to make it as deploy. Now it is fine. Now next one here. In the last section, upon creating an object, in the last section, how many checkboxes were there? Two checkboxes. What are those? The first checkbox is add notes and attachments related list. That is the first checkbox. Now the checkbox is available or not here? Yes, attachments related checkbox is available here. Now fine. What is the next one? One more important checkbox upon creating the object. The last checkbox, that is launch a new custom tab wizard after creating the custom object. So there is the last checkbox is available. That is called as launch a new custom tab wizard after creating a custom object. If the checkbox has been selected, then only Salesforce will be creating the tab for your object here. If the checkbox is not selected, only object will be created, tab will not be provided for you here. But in this case, now tell me, do we have the checkbox over here? Here's the last option over here right now. Do we have that checkbox? Like as launch a new custom tab wizard after creating a custom object. Do you have the checkbox here? No. That means what here? If the checkbox is not selected, then will they be preparing the tab for you? No, just the object is created, business logic is provided, but the tab will not be created for me here. Okay, but the tab will not be created for you. So now in this case, what will happen? What we have identified now, whenever I'm creating the object through the schema builder, then it will create the object, it will create the business logic, but the tab will not be provided for you. Tab will not be provided. Now you know that concept. Suppose if the tab is not available, then how can we create the tab for my object here? So we have to create the custom tab manually by using custom object tabs section. Okay, that is one additional step that we need to do. That is the first drawback over here. Okay, now, so let me go to that here. Now let me show you practically. Now as of now here, we are having that up to position object here and my tab bar. If I'm creating this object here, let's see. Now click on, I'm selecting this attachments option also. Click on save button. Now object has been created successfully here. Okay, object has been created successfully. But this object will not provide any tab for you. Just to go to your Salesforce user interface, refresh the user interface over here. But the tab is not available still. That means what? Upon creating the object, only the table will be created for you. It will provide the business logic, but it won't provide any tab to you. This is the first drawback. Now, let me make a note of this one. Upon creating the custom objects through schema builder, it causes the below drawbacks. It causes the below drawbacks. First one, it will create a tab, so it will create a table and it will provide the business logic. It will provide the business logic. But it won't provide the tab. It won't provide the tab for the object. That is the first drawback over here. Then how can we implement this one? How to create the tab? You know that here. Now the solution is we need to create the tab for our object by using the custom object tabs feature manually. So we need to create the tab for our object by using the custom object tabs feature manually. This is one additional step we need to do. Next. Now, along with that, I'm adding some fields over here. Now, let me do that here. So now we have created the object. Upon creating the object, what difficulties are available, we have identified. How to solve that problem, we have discussed over here. We'll see. We'll perform that. How to create the tab for our object, we'll see practically now. And then before that, let me add some columns here. What columns we are expecting inside my object? We are expecting the hiring manager name column. So that column is already available. Okay, the column is already there. Now fine. Next one, location column, contact number column, email ID column. So now location column will be of type pick list, which is having all these values. Contact number will be of type phone, which should be mandatory. Email ID should be mandatory here. Now let's see how can we do this. So in order to create a pick list column, just to go to this elements tab, and inside that one you will be having the pick list component. So now every field data type will be available in terms of the components over here. Just you can able to drag and drop that component onto the object. So now I want to create this pick list where onto my object. So just you can drag and drop onto your object over here. I'm drag and drop. Release the mouse button. That means just place the mouse button, okay, mouse pointer on the object in which you want to create this field. So click on this, release the mouse button. Now specify that field label. I'm giving like as the location name. Now I'm giving the values inside the quick list field, like some Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, Mumbai, Noida, Delhi, Kochi. So these are the various values which I have entered, okay, inside my pick list field. Now I want to arrange these values in the alphabetical order. So that select the checkbox, display values alphabetically here. Now select this checkbox. Now click on Save button. Now my field has been added successfully over here. Here is the field. Location name field has been added, which is of type pick list over here. Like the similar way, we can able to add the fields by using drag and drop option. So what is the next field that you want to create? The next field will be the phone type. So add that phone field over here. I'm adding that phone field. That means the contact number field. Now I want to make this field as a required field. So that select that required checkbox here. Required checkbox. Next one. The email ID. So that I'm adding that email ID component. I'm giving the field label as email address. I want to make this field as mandatory over here, so that I'm selecting that required checkbox now. Click on Save button. Now, so whatever the fields are required, I have created all those fields. Like I have created the hiring manager name field, location field, contact number, and the email address. All these fields has been created successfully over here. Now, so now my object is ready. Okay, my object is ready. So let's close this schema builder now. Come back to my Salesforce instance as it is. Now tell me, do we have any tabs available over here, like as hiring managers? No, tab is not available. That means what? Whenever I'm creating the object through schema builder will be creating only the table and the business logic, but it won't provide any tab for your object. So we need to create the tab for our object manually by our own. Then how to do that? Now let's see practically in this case here. Now, so now we need to create the tab. How to create the tab manually? You know that concept. Okay, tabs creation. So now go to that build menu in the left panel. Go to the build menu. Click on create and then click on tabs. You will be having an option called as tabs option. Click on tabs. So now as of now, we are having that two tabs are available. One is for the customer subject, second one is for the position object. But for the hiring manager object, tab is not there. But the table is there, but the tab is not available. So go to the custom object tabs section and click on new button to create a new custom object tab. That means I want to create the tab for my custom object hiring manager. So that click on new button. Now select that object name for which you want to create the tab. So now the object name is, I would like to select that hiring manager. So because that already we have discussed that for one object we can have only one tab, not multiple. When you try to create one more tab for the same object, Salesforce won't accept. So an object can have only one tab always. So that it is populating only those object names which are not having any tabs as of now. So that select the object name for which you would like to create the tab. So I would like to create the tab for my object hiring manager. So that select that. And then click on this lookup icon in order to select the tab style, whatever you want. So now for this tab, what style that you want, what background color that you want, and what image that you want. So that you can select this one, your own required style. So that click on this lookup icon in order to select the style for your object, for your tab. Now, so these are the various available styles are available which has been given by Salesforce to us. Now we can take any other style whatever we want, depends upon our requirement. Now, suppose for example I would like to take a style over here, like as some gears icon. Okay, I would like to take some gears icon over here. Now, so click on this gears icon I would like to use this style. Go to the next button. Now make this tab to be get visible to all the profile users by making it as a default on. The tab should be get visible on the tab bar by default for every profile users. Make it next and make this tab to be get visible in all the applications. I want to display this tab in all the applications, so that here I'm going to be selecting this included tab checkbox. Now click on save button. Once you click on save, it will create the tab for your object, that is hiring manager. So what will be the tab name? Hiring managers. Now click on save. Now the tab has been created successfully over here with the name hiring managers. Here is the tab style which we have selected. Now, so let's go to your tab bar. And this tab bar, now the tab has been added over here. Here is the hiring managers object tab. So now this is the hiring manager objects tab. So now the tab has been created successfully right now. So first drawback we have to overcome. That means by doing some one additional step. How? Whenever I'm creating an object through Schema Builder, we have identified that Schema Builder will create a table, it will create the business logic, but it won't create any tab. That is the first drawback of Schema Builder. So we need to create the tab manually. Okay, we need to create the tab manually for our object. Okay, we need to create the tab for our object manually. That is the first thing we need to do. So we did that one. Next, whenever it is having the tab, through this tab what we can do, we can manage the records inside these objects. So by using this tab, we can create some records inside this object, and we can modify some records inside this object, and we can delete some records inside this object. We can able to restore those deleted records also. All these operations I want to perform. So now let me go with that here. I would like to create a record inside this here. So click on new button. As soon as once you click on this new button, it is providing the user interface with these fields here. Now tell me totally how many fields that we have in my object. Hiring manager name is a standard field. Okay, fine. Then after that, how many fields we have created? 3 more fields we have created. These are the 3 fields: location, contact number, email ID. Then we are having contact number, email ID. Then where is the location field? Location field is not visible over here. So I have created 3 custom fields, but it is showing only 2. Why? What about that one more field? What about that location field? Location field is not visible on my user interface. Why? What is the difficulty? What is the problem with that field? So basically, whenever I'm creating the fields through Schema Builder, it will display only those fields on the page layout automatically which are mandatory. Okay, whatever the fields you have created on the through Schema Builder, upon creating the field, if you have made that field required by using required checkbox, okay, by using required checkbox, whatever the fields we have created, okay, which are mandatory, only those mandatory fields will be adding onto the page layout. This is the functionality. Suppose, for example, I'm creating some 20 fields. Out of these 20 fields, 5 fields are mandatory, remaining 15 fields are optional. Then what will happen? Only 5 fields will be visible to you on the page layout, remaining 15 fields will not be visible. This is the second drawback of that Schema Builder. The second drawback of Schema Builder is, Schema Builder will be representing only the mandatory fields on the page layout by default. Optional fields will not be visible to you on the page layout automatically here. Then what is the solution for this one? Suppose if the field is not visible on the layout, how can we add it onto the layout? By using page layout customization. In the previous session, we have discussed about the concept of page layout customization, where we have discussed that how can we arrange the fields and how to remove the unnecessary fields from the layout, how to add that fields onto the layout, everything we have discussed. But my field is already there on my table, but the field is not visible on the layout. Then what we need to do? We need to add that field onto your layout over here. This is a one more additional step that we need to do whenever we are creating that object through Schema Builder or fields creating through Schema Builder. Here is a second drawback. That means the second drawback of Schema Builder is upon creating the field through Schema Builder, if the field is a mandatory field, that means required checkbox has been selected. Only those fields should be visible to you and the page layout automatically by default. Optional fields will not be visible to you on the page layout. Then what we need to do? Additionally, we need to add that field onto your page layout by using the page layout customization. Now let's see in this case here how can we do that. The second drawback. Upon creating the field through the Schema Builder, it will represent only the mandatory fields onto the page layout which has been created by selecting the checkbox required. Now, that is, optional fields will not be visible on the page layout by default. Then what we can do? What is the solution for this one? Now, we need to add the remaining fields. That means optional fields onto the page layout by using page layout customizations. So with the help of these page layout customizations, we need to add those fields onto my page layout over here. Then how can we customize the page layout? You know that, everything you know, not new. So we have to go to that page layout customization and then we have to add that field onto my page layout over here. Now how can we do that? Now let's see practically in this case. Let's go to that Salesforce instance. Go to that page layout editor. So how can we go with that? Just to go to that tab and click on new button. And then here you will be having an option called as edit layout. You know that multiple ways are available to go to the page layout editor. So click on this edit layout button link. Now go to the page layout editor. Here it is populating only the hiring manager name field, contact number and the email ID. Location name field is available here, but this field is visible like as a selectable symbol. When you place the mouse pointer on this one, it will be indicating like a selectable. That means here this field is not there on the layout. So I want to make it add. Now in this case here, I'm adding this field onto my layout over here in this place. Because hiring manager name over here in the location. And then I would like to specify the contact number and then email ID over here. Owner field should be get visible in this place. So now I'm adding that field onto my page layout here. So now double click on this section header, because this section header is getting visible only on the edit layout. I want to show in the detail layout also. And then system information section also. I want to make it visible on the detail layout also. Now come down to that. I don't want all this related list. So I'm removing this open activities, activity history, notes and attachment also. I don't want this, all these options. I have removed this related list over here. So just I want the fields information so that I'm adding the fields onto my layout. Now we can able to make it save. Once you are done with the required changes, then click on save button. Now your 4 fields will be getting visible. Your location field is also visible onto your page layout. So that we can able to select that location name upon creating a new column inside this object here. Now I'm creating some hiring manager records. I'm giving that hiring manager like as some Rajesh Kumar. Some Rajesh Kumar. Contact number, I'm entering some value. Location value is some Hyderabad. Email address, I'm going to be giving this option. Like some Rajesh at the rate some gmail.com. I'm creating the record. Now click on save button. Automatically record has been created successfully. Now this is my hiring manager record over here. One of the HR person, his contact number, his location value, his email ID, everything is available. So this is how we need to create the objects and the fields through Schema Builder. So now you got the difference. If anybody asks in the entry point of view, upon creating the objects, how many ways are available? Then you can say two ways are available right now. One is by using the standard navigation, we can create the objects and fields and everything. And by using Schema Builder also we can do. But there are some differences. That means here in the Schema Builder we have two drawbacks. That means we can't say drawback. These are two side effects. Now in this case here, whenever we are creating the object through Schema Builder will be preparing the table for you. It is preparing the business logic, but it won't provide the tab. So we have to do one additional step of operation that we need to create the tab manually. That one additional step that we need to do. The second drawback is upon adding the fields onto my object through Schema Builder, then Schema Builder will represent only the mandatory fields on the page layout automatically by default. Optional fields will not be visible to you on the page layout. At that time, as an additional step, we need to add that field onto your page layout by using that page layout customization. These are two additional things that we need to do if I'm creating the object through Schema Builder. But so now tell me, from these two, which one is the fastest way? The fastest way is Schema Builder. Because here, when you go to the standard navigation, click on, we have to go to the navigation part. Because go to the build menu and go to the create, click on new button and select the data type, enter the field values, click on next, click on next, click on next, like that. So many lengthy navigation. But here just a drag and drop so that we can able to perform our operation very fastly. Okay, we have to perform the operation very fastly so that Schema Builder will provide the fastest way to create the objects. It is providing the fastest mechanism to create the objects inside our Salesforce instance, and we can add the fields also. The advantage is available when coming to the Schema Builder, and along with that, whenever I'm joining into a team as a new Salesforce developer, then by that time, the existing team members has created so many objects, so many tables they have created. Then I want to know what tables they have created, how those tables have been built, what columns are there in the table, how the tables are associated, whether the tables are related or the tables are independent. At that time, how these are related, everything I want to know that. At that time, Schema Builder will help you a lot. So that by using the Schema Builder, the most advantage feature is we can see relationships among these existing objects here. Relations among the existing objects we can see with the help of that Schema Builder in the pictorial format. That is the most advantage feature that we have as part of Schema Builder. Okay. Now, so this is the concept of Schema Builder in Salesforce. Now, so in tomorrow's session we'll see the concept of relationships. Relationship is one of the major feature in Salesforce here. So it is a bit lengthy topic as well. So we'll be discussing each and every relationship. So first of all, we have to understand what exactly the relationship. Why should we go for the relationship? If I'm not mapping any association, then what kind of difficulties will be getting arised? And how to solve those problems by using these relationship features? And then what kind of relationship data types given by Salesforce? And what kind of relationships that we can map? And what kind of behaviors each and every relationship will provide? And how to change from one relationship type to another one, we'll see practically one by one. So relationship is a bit lengthy topic. It will take minimum 4 to 5 sessions. We'll see each and every functionality as part of the relationships over here. After that, once this concept is done, then we'll move forward to that feature called as email templates. That means how to send the email notifications through Salesforce. We'll see practically with the help of this email templates concept. And then we'll be having one more major feature, workflow rules and the securities here. Those will be the two more major important features of Salesforce. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see that relationships concept. Relationship is the most important feature. Don't miss that sessions tomorrow.